unicorns, and welcome back to my channel. If this is indeed the first time that you're on my channel, I'm Vanessa and I, and welcome to the fam. So you guys, today's reading is a really interesting, fun, and exciting one. It is all about the unexpected changes that are coming into your life next. So these could be changes in your career, your love life, your personal life, your mental health, you name it. We're going to be talking about and looking into every single little change that is coming towards you that you have not been expecting. But before I get into the 4 crystals that I have prepared for today's video, I have an exciting little announcement. I'm giving away 2 tiger eye points to 2 lucky unicorns. Let's do a little close-up, shall we? So just look at these gorgeous tiger eye points. They're both really beautiful. So these 2 points in between these crystals are going to be finding a new home. So participating in this giveaway is really easy. All you have to do is be subscribed to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, and leave a little tiger emoji below my latest post. The winner will be chosen within 48 hours of publishing this video, and I will announce it on Instagram. So I will contact you via your DMs on Instagram if you won one of these points. And the best part is that the giveaway is completely international. I know I live in Switzerland, but wherever you are in this world, if you are on the smallest island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, I will ship this to you if you win. So make sure you participate in the giveaway. And for all of you who are interested in different types of minerals and crystals aside from the tiger eye, I will leave a link down below to my personal crystal shop. So as I said, I have 4 crystals that will help us figure out exactly what big changes are coming for you. So the 4 crystals are as follows. We have the rose quartz, we have the white aragonite, we have the black obsidian, as well as the amazonite. As usual, you can find the timestamps in the description box, as well as pinned to the comment section by myself, so you can click your timestamp and fast forward to your reading. So yeah, guys, I'm really excited to get into the unexpected changes that are coming for you. So I will be starting off with the first group, which corresponds to the rose quartz, and to all of my other gorgeous groups, I will catch you at the click of your timestamp. Hello group number 1, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the rose quartz group number 1, and you may have chosen the stone because of its physical appearance, or because you need a little bit more love, a little bit more loyalty and trust within your connections. That may be why you chose this stone, but let's move into the unexpected changes coming for you, shall we? So first and foremost, we have oracle cards. So one thing that I see here is that you will be able to retrieve a lot more of the answers that you need in regards to your life from oracle cards, from tarot cards. Another thing that I see here is just an unexpected shift in how you perceive this type of working with oracle cards, tarot cards. You might look into how you can conduct readings yourself, how you can start a business that is based on spirituality, based on divination, and just furthering your knowledge through oracle cards and in regards to oracle cards and tarot cards. So that is a change that I see coming for you, just a shift in how you view these types of things. Let's move further into your reading. We have the 5 of acorns as well as the king of shells. So the king of shells could be a potential love interest coming into your life. The king of shells is a man, a woman who has a very strong sense of integrity. This is a person who wants everything to kind of be in harmony. They're very interested in just emotional balance, if you will, and they are mature. So they're most likely older than you. In the 5 of acorns, I see some sort of challenge, but growth through challenge. So have you ever heard of post-traumatic stress? You probably have. But what very little people speak about is post-traumatic growth. And that is when you go through something traumatic, something difficult, and you don't come out of the other end with post-traumatic stress. You come out the other end with post-traumatic growth. Sorry, we got some tongue twisters in there. So that is one thing that I see here. It could be a correlation to the king of shells. It could also be in correlation to going through a difficult situation in life that we have yet to figure out more about within your reading. So we have the 4 of shells, as well as justice. So I see clarity coming towards you that you did not expect. I see this being a big change from what you originally thought would come to light. I see here in justice just the fact that there is a truth that you need to hear, even though it's painful, but it's going to allow you to come to a point where there is more emotional stability and where you just understand why things happened the way they did a lot better. So if you have been in abusive relationships or friendships that were very one-sided and you ask yourself, why did this happen? Know that one of the big shifts that is coming is an understanding of why you were put in this position with this person who betrayed you, who hurt you, who taught you a valuable lesson, and who taught you exactly how to discern between what a good friend is, what a good partner is, and what a toxic partner is. Or I don't want to say bad friend, bad partner, I want to say somebody who is not meant to be with you. Let's see what popped out of the deck. We have the Chameleon. So one thing that I see here is that you didn't expect this much change. The Chameleon is all about profound change. So changing the location in which you live, changing like just on a deep cellular level. Like for instance, for me, I feel as though I'm going through another spiritual transformation. I feel as though 6 months from now, nobody's really going to recognize me spiritually. And this is something that I wrote in my journal. This is something that I'm keeping track of. So you may want to do the same, group number one. And I just want you to not fear that there's so much change happening in your life. I want you to embrace it, and I want you to know that the best thing you can do is kind of be like a chameleon. No matter what situation you're thrown in, you can kind of camouflage and you can adapt to the situation. Then we have the Lioness as well as the Meerkat. So one thing that I see here in the Lioness as well as the Meerkat, so the Lioness is kind of about protection. If you know a little something about lions, then you would know that the lioness, they do all of the work. The male lions, they kind of just lie around. And so yeah, they're very fierce, they're very protective, they take care of the cubs, they go hunt, they provide for, you know, the entire pack, the entire family. I'm not sure when they're cats if you would call it a pack, but you get the idea. In the Meerkat, I see a lot of responsibility. So this goes really well with the Lioness in the form of a change that you didn't expect, where you're taking over the lead, where you're maybe, you know, becoming a parent, or you're taking care of somebody who is younger than you, somebody who's unable to provide for themselves. It could also be taking on an animal that, of course, cannot take care of itself, that needs you to feed it, to take care of it, to bring it to the vet if it's feeling unwell. But as I said, you know, in this little group of lions, they don't only take care of the young ones of the cubs, the Lioness also takes care of, you know, the male lion in a sense. So this doesn't need to be somebody younger than you. This is not a change necessarily that can only be in correlation to someone who's less experienced, younger than you, smaller than you, if you will. This could be somebody who is just, you know, as old as you are, just as experienced as you are, but they're depending on you. They're depending on your help. They're depending on you to be there. If you feel as though your partner or just family member is struggling, this is the change, okay? And it could go from, for instance, your parents usually having protected you and taken care of you, and now the roles reverse. You know, you're helping them out physically, financially, emotionally, and it's a weird change, but it is a change that can come with a beautiful new dynamic, and just kind of like showing gratitude for everything that somebody else did for you, no matter what age they are or in what kind of relation you stand to them. Then we have the ever unfolding rose as well as the warrior woman. So in the warrior woman, I want you to ask yourself, group number one, what would you do if you were not afraid? I see that a big change is you asking yourself this question a lot more. And in the ever unfolding rose, one thing that I see here is that you're realizing this is happening for you. It's not happening to you. Life is happening for you to enjoy it, for you to be present, for you to live this life. It's not like life is punishing you, or like if something is not going your way, like it's happening to you, like life is out to get you. That is not it, group number one. I definitely see here within the warrior woman that you're starting to ask yourself more and more, hey, if I knew everything would go right, what would I do? And then you act as if you know everything is going to go well. So that is a change that takes some getting used to, but group number one, I believe that you have the strength and the courage to really follow through on this new dynamic with yourself and with your belief in your capabilities. Then we have leadership as well as the builder. So one thing that I see here in leadership as well as the builder is just you building something where you're almost like a one man, one woman, one unicorn show, okay? So if you made it to this point of your reading, leave a unicorn emoji down below to let me know. So what I mean by that is, for instance, if you're building a startup, a business from the ground up, you're a one-person show. You're basically having to take the lead and make big decisions by yourself. You have to take charge of the situation, and that is where you're being the builder simultaneously, because you have this ability to build, to create, to make something, and have this sense of accomplishment by knowing that you took the lead and you made it happen. And I see a change, a shift here, especially in correlation to where you're at with your emotional health, with your mental health. I see you taking the lead and really building with different blocks than you've been building with before. So what I mean by that, I know it's so cryptic, Vanessa. What are you even talking about? So before, you may have built things on fear or anxiety, but now it's changed. Now you're building things on the fact that you're like, yes, I'm going to build things on confidence. I'm going to build things because I know I'm able to just provide this world with a service that it would be lacking without me. So I'm not afraid to put myself out there and to show people what I'm made of, whether it's in love, whether it's in business, just generally getting out there, getting things done that you would have not had the guts to do before group number one. So that's a big change coming for you. Group number one, this is the end of your reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you found it insightful. Let me know down below in the comment section if you did. And wherever you are in this world, I wish you an amazing day or night, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello, group number two, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the white Aragonite, group number two, and I want to move straight into your reading to figure out exactly what unexpected changes are coming for you. So first and foremost, we have children. So in children, one thing that I see is that your life's work, or just where you're heading right now, the unexpected change is having to do with helping children, as well as people who are younger than you, who are maybe not as experienced as you are. So you can help them in an area where you're an expert and they're still kind of figuring things out. But of course, if you're looking into your fertility, if you're looking into starting a family sooner rather than later, then know that the unexpected change is children. The unexpected change is having a child in your life, even though you may have not expected it to happen this quickly. But don't freak out, okay? I don't want any comments about you saying how you're 15 and you don't want a child. That's okay, but you may be helping somebody who is younger than you, who is still more of a child, and your life's purpose, your life's work, the change that is coming has to do with working with that child. But let's move further into your reading. We have the deer as well as the hyena. So one thing that I can see here is just kind of like more power within your life. That is one thing that I see here in the deer. And I want you to know here that with more power comes more responsibility. And in the hyena, I see that that is something that you know, that you're a little bit worried, you're a little bit afraid because you don't want to make a mistake. And that is already a great sign, group number two. That already shows that you're not in it to abuse your power, to just be in a power position and like use it to your advantage in a way that you know you should not. You're definitely here to teach, to show others the way wherever you can, while still learning, of course. Then we have the raven. So in the raven, one thing that I see here is that there is news coming your way, okay? And this unexpected news is going to lead to unexpected change. And I want to figure out exactly what that piece of information is going to be. So we have the chameleon. Okay, so the universe is really prepping us up here for a big thing, for a big kind of like epiphany that is coming towards you. So while this change is unexpected, once we speak about it within your reading, you may think to yourself, group number two, wow, like I already felt this coming. I should have known. Why did I not see that this was something I was moving towards? We have strength. So one thing that I can see here is that everything that you have experienced up until this point has made you very courageous, very strong, and your strength is going to be tested. I see here in the change that is coming towards you you're going to be put in a position where you have a lot of power, where it's basically up to you to either make or break the situation. So it could be to make or break your family or a business that you've now been put in charge of. And it's nerve-wracking, it's scary. That is one thing that I see here in fear. You're worried about going from this abundant life here by the well to something very scarce, or just kind of like ruining it for somebody else. So I don't want you to be afraid of this change or to feel as though it's too much for you to handle. Group number 2, life is not throwing more at you than you can handle. Keep that in mind. Then we have the soul family as well as the leap. So I see here as a change, just the fact that for the first time you will feel like you can really call in your soul tribe. So you may ask yourself, how do I find my tribe? I'm a loner, I don't have many friends, or not many friends that I can talk to really, because if there's one thing that I understand, then it's when you have to warn your friends, like, look, I know like I sound like a hippie right now, I know I sound crazy right now when I'm talking about the universe and vibrations and forces and so on. So one thing that I see as a change is really having more people in your life where you don't have to put that disclaimer out, more connections, more of a soul tribe where you can just be yourself and you don't always have to put a little disclaimer out before you speak or before you go into a topic that may seem kind of unconventional for some. In the leap, I see here taking a leap and the universe catching you. So as a change, you may think like, oh, things are always going left, I need them to go right. And the time where you really need it, you will experience the universe catching you, the universe uplifting you, and just that this leap of faith was the right thing for you to do. And from then on, taking leaps is going to be a bit easier because you have more faith. You believe more in yourself, as well as just knowing that nothing in life is out to get you. Of course, there are difficult situations, but at the end of the day, taking a leap is going to be for the benefit of not only you, but also the people around you. Because whenever you take a leap, you build up confidence, you build up strength, and other people can feel it. Other people can feel that you're just vibrating on a more powerful level, where you don't have to take any action that is kind of stemming from fear or doubt. Like for instance, if you're very afraid to change your job, or you're very afraid to set boundaries with somebody, you don't longer need to do that. You don't longer need to be afraid. Once you have more confidence within you, once you feel as though, you know what, the universe has my back, and whoever is meant to be in my life will be in my life and will make sure that they can stay in my life. They're not going to kind of mess around with me to the point where I have to set that boundary and say, can't have you in my life anymore. So building that confidence is really a change that may be like a refreshing breath of air for you. Then we have the Knight of Acorns as well as the Knight of Shells. So this is an indication of somebody coming into your life who is a great mixture between shells as well as acorns. So shells correspond to water signs, very emotional kind of beings, and acorns correspond to fire signs. Okay, so very active, very out there, ready to take action. So on one hand, in the Knight of Acorns, we have somebody who is very driven, who's ready to just jump up and get things done. And in the Knight of Shells, we have somebody who is charming, very intuitive, and very connected to their divine feminine as well as their divine masculine, very in tune with themselves. So this person is like that perfect combination that you didn't expect, and they are going to bring change into your life. The Two of Shells is all about love, so it seems as though there is love coming into your life. This could also be renewed romantic love if there is already romantic love within your realms. But if you're single, no, in correlation to the Two of Shells, this is an indication for the forming of a union. This is the indication for the formation of kind of a little group, well, two people that is harmonious, that is built on mutual respect, love, and understanding. Last but not least, we have the Hanged Man. So as a big change, I see here that this person coming into your life is going to teach you about patience, is going to teach you about, you know, your perspective, and how just a little shift in perspective can change everything. Like for instance, if you think to yourself, wow, I started this business venture, it didn't work out, or I tried this relationship, I tried trusting this person and they betrayed my trust, you can either see it as a negative or you can see it as, wow, I know so much more now. The next time I try a venture, I'm so much closer to it just breaking through and being successful. You can see giving somebody trust as, okay, next time what I'm going to do is keep more of an open eye as well as just personal boundaries and not give too much without ever receiving, because there should be reciprocity in any kind of connection. So just changing your perspective on how you see these things can change everything, can change your entire mood, your entire day, your entire week, month, or year. So I see that being a big change that is coming towards you and that can have just an amazing impact, a huge impact on how you view yourself and life. So if you made it all the way to the end of your reading, group number 2, I want you to leave a little like chameleon, salamander, gecko kind of emoji down below in the comment section. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me in today's reading. I hope you're doing amazing. I hope you and your family, your friends are safe, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos. Hello, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Black Obsidian, group number 3, a protective stone, a stone that helps you clear out negativity as well, which is maybe exactly what you need, but you may have also just felt drawn to it because of its physical appearance. Either way, I want to move into your reading to figure out what unexpected changes are coming for you. So we have a career change, group number 3. This is indeed a big unexpected change. I see here in the career change that you're embarking upon a career that brings you more joy as well as more abundance, and that is what you desire, that is what you deserve. So I definitely see you moving into that direction unexpectedly. It is a change that you were maybe too chicken to make, maybe a change that you felt was too soon, but I see here that the leap still happened, the change still happened to either, a different career in a different corporation, in a different field, or maybe even just starting your own business, your own career, inventing your own job, if you will. Let's move a little further into your reading. So we have yoga as well as crystals. Wow, we have a very holistic kind of vibe going on here for you. If you chose group number 3, leave the little yoga emoji down below. I absolutely love that emoji. So in yoga, one thing that I see here is that your life will be greatly enhanced by yoga. If you have not tried yoga, I highly recommend it. I personally practice yoga. I love practicing yoga, and I want you to know that just stretching, exercising, it will bring big change into your life, as well as working with crystals, okay? Your connection to crystals is something that is really unmatched, group number 3. I want you to know that just connecting with gemstones is a channel for healing energy. It is a channel for you to bring more abundance into your life. It is a way in which you can also kind of just fill up on positive energy. And you will need that here with the career change, because you will doubt situations, you will feel a certain way, and every day will be a little different because things will just feel a little frightening because you don't know what's happening. Use this to your advantage. Use yoga as well as crystals to protect you and uplift you, okay? So keep crystals on your bedside table, around your house, wherever you can. Know that they're not just beautiful, they're also powerful. And don't forget to cleanse them, group number 3. That is very important. Lay them out into the direct sunlight for a little bit, the direct moonlight. Not too long in the sunlight though, because that can kind of make their color go away. It can make them a bit more pale. Another thing you can do is cleanse them under just running, flowing water. There are lots of different ways in which you can do it, sage, etc., etc. So then we have the soul family. So I see here as a big change, feeling more connected than ever to your tribe, and maybe even just finding your tribe. If you've always felt like you've been the odd one out, a loner, you didn't quite fit in, know that that may be because your tribe is still out there. And I completely understand that, group number 3. I've always kind of felt different. I've always kind of felt like, yeah, maybe sometimes I would seemingly be like with a group of people, but nobody would ever like talk to me that much. I always felt like the odd one out. I always felt like I was just like struggling to just kind of like walk with the group, because if they would turn to the right, for instance, walking on the way to school, like nobody would tell me we're turning on the right, and nobody would miss me if I would keep going straight on, right? They would just continue going their way. So it's like not really being a part of it, not 100% being accepted, but being like, okay, I guess we can have you around us. So I completely get you if you have felt that kind of way, group number 3. It's just a little example for you to relate to. But now I feel like I have my soul tribe. Now I just feel like, you know, that was just an indication that those people that I was maybe forced to be with through work or school or wherever it is that I had to be with a certain group of people that I just didn't fit in with, that's just because I didn't choose those people. Like, they were just kind of put together by coincidence, if you will, put together by the system. But the people who I choose to be in my life, the people who choose to connect with me, that's my soul tribe. Those are the people that I feel truly comfortable with. So if you're still young or you're in one of the situations I spoke about, don't worry about it. Your soul tribe is coming. It's a big change that you will be happy to see arrive in your life. Then we have trust the niggle as well as yes. So there's a niggling feeling coming for you, group number 3. What does that mean? So a niggling feeling is a feeling that is kind of just pulling you towards something, that is kind of just trying to tell you something, trying to shake you. It could be your intuition. It could be just kind of a higher power, the universe, some sort of energetic frequency that is telling you to move in a direction that you may feel insecure about. But I see in yes that what you really need to do is just say yes to it, to just be okay with that change, because the change is not dangerous. The change is not trying to intimidate you, is not trying to teach you a lesson. This is change that is going to bring more prosperity in for you. So follow your heart and follow what you feel drawn to. Then we have the High Priestess as well as the 3 of Crystals. So in the High Priestess, one thing that I can see here is heightened intuition, as well as reconnecting with sacred knowledge from your lineage, kind of healing karma, if you will. So sacred knowledge from your lineage, if your family is from, for instance, you know, a tribe that goes back generations and generations, just kind of connecting to all that those people were who came before you. And furthermore, one thing that I also see here within the High Priestess is just, you know, having this heightened intuition due to connecting with your lineage, due to connecting with just this ancestral karma, if you will, this ancestral energy that is radiating through you. In the 3 of Crystals, I see that you are going to collaborate with somebody, and it's going to be more productive than you expected, and it's going to be an amazing change. So that could be at work, it could be at your school, it could be somebody online that you collaborate with, that you take on a project with, and you think to yourself, wow, there really are people like me, soul family or soul tribe. There really are people like me who want to be productive, who want to be effective, and who want to make a change in this world. So I see kind of like more of a belief in the good of humanity, if you will. And then we have the Queen of Acorns as well as the Page of Crystals. So we have in the Page of Crystals, we have somebody who is all about kind of like fun ideas and getting the courage and the discipline to follow through with them. In the Queen of Acorns, I see here a lot of passion and creativity radiating out of somebody. So this could be you. This could be somebody coming into your life, completely changing everything. So on a romantic level, I want you to know that somebody who is kind of represented in a Page of Crystals as well as the Queen of Acorns could be somebody of an earth sign, somebody of a fire sign. Either way, they are in the prime of their being, in the prime of their life. They are young, they have amazing ideas, and they have the passion and the creativity to kind of follow through with it, to see where they can take this, to see where this can take them, and to try and go down that path. So I definitely see a lot of change as in you feeling inspired by somebody who is maybe like close to your age, younger than you, slightly older than you, but as I said, around your age, but like really grinding, really doing the thing, somebody who you can look up to and gives you motivation. And then we have the Raven. So in the Raven, I see a piece of information coming towards you that is going to change everything, and I would like to see in what form it's going to change everything. We have the wolf, so authenticity. So this piece of information that is coming towards you that is going to change everything is all of a sudden going to reveal the authentic reason why certain things have happened in your life, why certain people treated you badly, why certain kind of experiences happened to you, even though you should have had friends or family there to protect you. So I see that that is coming to light. I see that this piece of information is going to kind of solve the puzzle, if you will. And I also see that you will be able to step into a more authentic form of yourself as a big change, because finally you're not so much of a mystery to yourself anymore. You understand more where you came from, why you act the way you act, and what may have urged you to make certain decisions in your life. And that kind of feeling of knowing yourself and authenticity is really unmatched by anything that you are feeling right now. So it's going to be a huge change, a huge shift in the perspective that you have on yourself. So group number 2, get ready. You're going on a fun ride. So if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for being here with me. I hope it was insightful. I hope it inspired you and also motivated you. Group number 3, I hope you're staying safe, and I will see you in one of my upcoming readings. Hello, group number 4, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Amazonite group number 4, and I want to move straight into your reading to figure out exactly what unexpected changes are coming for you. So first and foremost, we have a counseling. Group number 4, you may receive counseling. You may be the one who is providing kind words, wise advice, and just an empathetic ear, okay? So it goes both ways, not just receiving counseling, but also giving counseling. And this may be something that you're really good at naturally, or also just something that you've kind of morphed into. So I see here as a change that you're going to finally understand exactly why you have been put in this world to be a natural kind of counselor, a natural light worker, somebody who can naturally give others good advice, doesn't always take it themselves, not trying to call you out, group number 4, but who is here to kind of like be in support of other people. Then we have the butterfly as well as the sea turtle. So I see here that as a big change, there are things happening on a soul level. There are things happening that are just building a more stable foundation for you and all that you are. Group number 4, you may have always been there for other people, always providing others with advice and help, but on the inside you may have felt a little bit brittle, a little bit like you don't really have that same thing for you, or you're kind of missing somebody who does the same that you do for others, who is always there to support you and always there to give you great advice. And I see here just a formation of more stability, of more kind of know-how and knowledge of how to deal with emotions when you're, for instance, disappointed, or just overall feeling like you give so much more than you receive. In the cat, I see here that you will intuitively and instinctively learn to deal with those emotions in a way how you don't feel kind of resentful towards other people or situations. You feel more like, hey, I want to just embrace who I am, and if I sometimes need to be my own biggest cheerleader, then so be it. That does not change any love that other people have for me. That does not change the fact that other people care about me. I'm just here to show it in a different way than they are. And then we have career change. So one of the big unexpected changes coming for you, group number 4, is a change in your career. It could be a slight change. It could be a complete 180, group number 4. I want you to be prepared for this. There is a reason why you tune into this reading, and I want you to know that this career change is really going to like nurture you on a soul level, on a level that gives you more stability, because you feel as though this career change is really authentic. So let me give you an example. If you're, for instance, you know, an environmentalist, you love the environment and protecting it, doing whatever you can to do so, but you're working, for instance, for a company that uses a lot of fossil fuels, that is a conflict of interest. But I see this career change would, in the environmentalist case, bring you to work for a company that is environmentally conscious, friendly, and, you know, maybe just also not testing on animals, against animal cruelty, and so on and so forth. So not only is this career change more on point with who you are, it also kind of expands who you are. It has an even wider reach than you would have expected. So this is really a positive career change coming for you, group number 4. Then we have energy healing. So one thing that I see here is that you have very natural healing abilities, and a big change is, instead of healing everybody else, like we spoke about, giving everybody else advice, looking out for everybody else first, and you just being left behind in the dust, I see here in energy healing that you're finally turning this to yourself. So yes, your life purpose has to do with helping others, with healing others, with being there for others, but at the same time, you can turn those superpowers onto yourself and use them for yourself every now and then. And don't feel guilty about it, group number 4. You need to recharge sometimes too. You can't always be everybody's rock without making sure that there's no cracks within you, that there's nothing happening that is just constantly chipping away at you. Because if you continue to chip away at a rock, what's going to happen? It's just all of a sudden going to be little specks of dust. And we don't want that to happen to you, group number 4. So really take that in and receive that. Then we have share your voice, as well as you're already doing it. So I see a big change when it comes to how you see yourself as well as your success. You may think to yourself like, oh, I'm not really where I wanted to be at this point in my life. I'm a little bit behind, but you're already doing it. I see here that you're overthinking. As soon as you continue to face your true north and you focus on everything that you're actually pointing in the right direction, everything that you're actually moving towards, accelerating towards, you're going to realize that, hey, I'm already doing it. I'm already working towards where I want to be. There's not really much else that I can do. So just getting to a point where you're content with the pace at which you're working, and just the moment in which you're in, and knowing to be grateful for it, and knowing to not be so hard on yourself. I can see here and share your voice that a big change is more expression coming from you, and more heartfelt expression. So you may have always been somebody who would speak up if they saw something was happening that wasn't right, but at the same time, you keep your emotions to yourself because you don't want to be vulnerable. But in share your voice, one thing that I see here is more expression, more openness. You just kind of coming out of your cave, coming out of the place in which you are safe, and being more vulnerable, but that just showing that you're really strong. Because when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, that means that you allow yourself to be susceptible to hurt, you allow yourself to be susceptible to pain, and the fact that you can do so is strength. Because when you're protecting yourself, when you're hiding, that is when there is more weakness around. Because yeah, you're protecting yourself, you're trying to not get hit, but when you just put yourself out there and you say, this is who I am, take it or leave it, that is pure strength. And that is a big change that I see coming for you. Then we have the 2 of Shells, as well as the 6 of Acorns. So the 2 of Shells is about romantic love, is about a union, is about harmony. So I want you to know here in the 2 of Shells that if romantic love is something that you may have been seeking out, know in this reading in the 2 of Shells that is a big change coming towards you. And in the 6 of Acorns, I see here just overall success when it comes to that. Overall feeling triumphant when it comes to the part of your life that you're passionate about. And you can be passionate about your love life. You can be passionate about being with another human being and forming a trusting, loving relationship. We have the Ace of Feathers lastly, as well as the 5 of Feathers. So a lot of feathers here. I see that some change is going on mentally that you may have not expected. Let's talk about it real quick. So in the 5 of Feathers, I see here more strategy, more resilience. In the Ace of Feathers, I see more mental clarity as well as a stronger foundation. So it seems as though you are going within yourself, asking yourself, hey, if I were, for instance, more confident, or if I knew more about a certain topic, could I already be at my next goal? And then you will start to strategize and figure out, hey, if I were more confident, or if I would have just studied more, I may have already made it to the point at which I wanted to be in the first place. So why don't I just be strategic, start now? I mean, What happened in the past is water under the bridge, but be resilient towards anything that pops up in life and don't allow that to bring me off of my path. So there is more determination that is coming towards you, that is a change that you may have not experienced. You may have always told yourself, yeah, I really want to, for instance, participate in learning more. I want to participate in doing more sports and working out more, but it never really happened. Now I see that this is something that is truly going to happen for you, group number 4. So group number 4, I hope that you enjoyed all of these changes that are coming towards you. I hope that this brought you a clarity as well as some motivation and insight. Let me know all of your thoughts down in the comment section, and I will see you in one of my upcoming videos.